Good morning, everybody. Today we will start a new chapter. It's about signed number. As I told you before, at the beginning of the year, if we stand here at the ground floor, which is represented by a zero, all the numbers that are above zero, greater than zero, are called positive numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and numbers go to infinity. They don't have an end. While all the other numbers on the other sides, -1, -2, -3, they are under the ground. They are called negative numbers. They have a minus sign in front of them. The signed numbers are used in many situations. Example, to find out the temperature, it could be positive or negative. In the coastal areas, coastal means near to the sea, the temperature is always positive. But in the mountain or in the cedar region, for example, in winter, the temperature is about -6, -5 degrees. It means that the snow covers the area over there. The overdrafts at the bank. If I put in the bank 1 million and I took a loan of 1,500,000, it means that I have to pay to the bank 500,000 Lebanese lira. Okay? It's not in my account, I have to pay it. Altitude, it could be positive or negative. For example, my village is about 950 meters above sea level. While if the diver goes down to the sea 3 meters, I say he is at -3 meters, he is below the sea level. In the elevator of the mall or the hospital, we find numbers that are positive, other numbers are negative. The positive numbers took me upward, while negative numbers may lead me to the parking or under the ground floor. Okay? The numbers are classified as positive and negative numbers. Example of positive numbers: +4, +7.2, +90, and so on. I can put +4, or simply I can write 4 and it's a positive number. The negative signed numbers, -6, -2.5, -54, we put a minus sign in front of it to represent a negative number. The signed numbers are made up of two elements, the sign and the numerical part, which represents the distance to zero. For example, here, +28, plus, it means a positive number, it has a plus sign, and 28 is the distance from zero. Opposite numbers, they are the numbers that have the same numerical part but with opposite sign. Let's take an example. -2 is the opposite of +2. Similarly, +2 is the opposite of -2. 7.1 is the opposite of -7.1. Look, here I wrote the same number, but we replace the positive or the plus sign by a minus sign here. Okay? Take into consideration that two opposite numbers are represented by points which will be symmetrical with respect to the origin on a graduated line. What does that mean? Here, -1 is opposite to +1. They have, look, the same distance from 0, but 1 is to the right while -1 is to the left. Again, +2 is opposite to -2. -3 is opposite to 3. I say that 3 is symmetrical to -3 with respect to O. In other words, O is the midpoint of points placed on abscisses -3 and 3. And keep in your mind that the sum of opposite numbers, for example, -2 plus 2 equals to 0. If I'm at -2 and I move 2 steps to the right, I will reach 0. Always, always, the sum of two opposite numbers is 0. Addition of signed numbers. The sum of two signed numbers of the same sign, we write the common sign and add their distances to 0, or simply I add the numbers. Here, for example, plus 5 plus 2.5. If in a game I gained $5, for example, and in the second round I gained $2.5, then in all I have gained, so I have to write the plus sign. How much in all? 5 plus 2.5 is 7.5. Okay, let's guess that I lost $9, then I lost $3, then in all I have lost in the two times, then I have to add my loss to find the total. So loss means I have to write minus 9 plus 3 is 12. Okay, what should we do? I have to add the numbers and put their signs in front of them. That's in case they have the same sign. But what if they have opposite signs? We write the sign of the greatest number and then find the difference between them. We subtract the small distance to 0 from the greatest. For simplicity, here I have plus 7 and plus minus 2. The greatest number is 7. It has a plus sign, so I have to write a plus in the answer. 7 minus 2, the difference between them is 5. So our answer is plus 5. Okay? Another example, minus 8.5 plus 4. The bigger number has a negative sign, so I have to write minus. Then, let's find the difference. 8.5 minus 4 is 4.5. So the total answer is minus 4.5. Now, let's review some properties of the addition. We know them from grades 1, 2, and 3. The addition of the signed number is a commutative operation. What do you mean by commutative? If I say 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2, then I can say that A plus B is B plus A. Okay, A and B are symbols that can represent any number. The number 0 is a neutral for the addition. If I add 0 to any number, then the number stays the same. 5 plus 0, it's the same as 0 plus 5, which is 5. The sum of two signed opposite numbers is equal to 0. For example, plus 5 minus. Now, how to subtract signed numbers? We have to keep the first number and add the opposite of the second one. What do I mean by that? A minus B, I can keep the first number, which is A, and add the opposite of B. Let's make things clear by noticing an example. Before writing, please note that when I have the same sign, for example, plus plus, they are certainly separated by a bracket, or minus minus, if the signs are the same next to each other, then I can replace them by a plus sign. While if the signs are opposite, I can replace them by a negative sign. Here, plus 2.5 minus plus 7. The first one remains the same. It's plus 2.5, or for simplicity, I can write 2.5. Minus plus 7, they are opposite numbers. Let's write them here. Minus plus or plus minus, when they are next to each other, opposite signs, so I have to replace them by a negative sign. So, how to solve that? Plus 2.5 plus minus 7, they have opposite signs. Then I have to write the sign of the greater number and find the difference between them. 7 minus 2.5 is 4.5. Now, minus 3 minus 8, I can replace them by plus. Why? It means the opposite of a negative number. So What's the opposite of minus 8? It's a plus 8, so I can write minus 3 plus 8. It's the same as 8 minus 3, which is 5. How to find the distance of 2 points on an axis? What's the rule? Look please at the figure. If A is before B, here, so distance of AB is XB minus XA. Here, A is before B. To find the distance between them, I have always to start from the bigger one. Okay, so XB minus XA, it's 3 minus 2, or 3 plus 2, which is 5. Let's check up if it's correct or not. The distance from A to B, how many steps should I pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance is 5, and by calculation I can say that it's a 3 minus 2. So minus replaced by a plus, I can write 3 plus 2, which is 5. Okay? But what if B is before A? I have to keep in my mind that I always have to start by the one having the greatest abscissa. So XA minus XB. Okay? And keep in your mind that the distance is always some application. Keeping in our mind that the distance is always equal to a positive number. I can say that I walked minus 500 meter. Okay, I moved 500 meter to the right, to the left. No matter the direction is, I walked 500 meter. Here, a distance between A and C, it's XA minus XC. To find it, it's 2 centimeter of the scale, which is drawn here according to is 1 centimeter. Now, distance between A and B, it always should be positive. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the distance between A and B is 5 centimeter. What about the distance between C and D? It's XC minus XD. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or by calculation, I can say it's plus 1 minus 4. What do you mean by minus? It can be replaced by a plus. 1 plus 4, which is to calculate an algebraic sum. I can write in a simplified form. What do I mean? Here, for example, given the sum s equal minus 7 plus 4 minus etc. Keep in your mind that if I have plus sign next to each other or negative sign, if they are the same signs, I can replace them by a plus. Or if I have a plus and minus, I can replace them by a minus in both cases. Okay? So how to solve? I have to remove the brackets. The first step, the simplified form of s is minus 7. Here we have plus 4, it's plus 4. Minus plus 5, opposite signs, so minus. Plus plus, minus, minus. Minus 6, the same sign, so it's plus, or I can say the opposite of minus 6. I write them on the line. Minus 7 plus 4 minus 5 plus 7 minus 8 plus 6. To start calculating, I have to say, if you noticed that minus 7 and plus 7, they are opposite numbers and their sum is equal to 0. So I write the expression as plus 4. I search for positive numbers, plus 4 plus 6. Then, after that, I write the negative numbers, minus 5 and minus 8. Now, I calculate the positive numbers alone. Plus 4 plus 6 is plus 10. and minus 5 minus 18 is minus 13. Now 10 minus 13, the greatest number is 13. It has a negative sign, so our answer should be negative. And we say that 13 minus 10 equals to 3. You can use your calculator to check up your final answer. Okay, it's so easy, but we need to practice. Thank you for your attention.